there. Hi. Okay, cool. Let's get right into it. So just a recap of rules that you should be aware of. 10-minute speech, 5-minute Q&A. Everything is the same. The judges for the finals are here. Actually, let me introduce the judges now. For judges, we have Dr. Sunday Popo Ola. You want to introduce yourself?
Already done that. Yes, as you could see from the name, I was born on Sunday. My parents were so lazy, they didn't know what to call me, so they called me Sunday. All right, so I teach engineering students. This floor here is mine. I designed it. The Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world, one of mine, and the Chad is also mine. Has anybody been on the Elizabeth line? Yes. Yeah? The door that doesn't open until the train stops, that's me hanging there. So, thank you. I look forward to the finalists. There are 4 fantastic groups. We're really looking forward to hear from you today. So thank you.
Cool. Thank you. For the next judge, we have Angelos Astras.
Hi guys, nice to meet you and thank you for spending your Saturday with us. I'm a civil engineer. Dr. Sunday was my professor here 10 years ago, going strong civil engineering. I now work in renewables and specifically in energy storage as a project manager and looking forward to the final 4. So thanks for being here.
Thank you very much. Hello. Thank you very much. I'm really excited to hear from you all. I work at Energy Saving Trust. We work in the UK, in Europe and Africa, making an impact in terms of energy and renewables. I'm really delighted to be here. One of the prizes is my book, which is about helping people to lead with confidence. So the winning team, I think, are going to get a copy to take away with them to help you in your future. And I'm really looking forward to hearing from our first group and the rest of them. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And that's it. Now it's time to get started. Just a reminder of rules: 10-minute speech, 5-minute Q&A. For the timer this round, we'll be doing it on here. So if you stand here, you should be able to see the screen. So that's that. Another thing for the finals is that you would have to practice projecting your voices. You'll be just like me, not using a microphone. Make sure that not only the judges, but everyone in this room could hear you. Please stand somewhere around here. The camera is there. Wave and smile. The furthest people are there. Make sure they can hear you. Can you hear me? Yeah. Make sure they can hear you as well. So that's all. Everything is the same. Does any one of the finalists have any problems with Rosette? So let's get started. The first team. Oh, by the way, for everyone. Final round topic. How can education shape sustainable behavior, and why does knowledge alone often fail to create change? Okay. First team, the engine medics. Do you guys want to hold this mic? It's just for recording. It doesn't...
Oh, it doesn't do anything. Oh, right. Where's the timer going to... Okay. Education is often described as the key to solve global environmental problems. Today, more people than ever are aware of climate change, plastic pollution, and sustainability. These topics are widely taught in schools and discussed on social media. Yet, despite this growing awareness, environmental damaging behavior remains common. People who understand climate change still overconsume, rely on fossil fuels, and support fast fashion. This gap between what people know and how they act raises an important question. Why does awareness not always translate into action? Today, we'll explore how education can share sustainable behavior, but why knowledge alone often fails. Jessica, let's begin with education. How does education shape sustainable behavior, and where does it fall short?
education plays a crucial role in increasing awareness. I believe that sustainability education schools should start from a very young age and continue throughout a student's growth, from kindergarten to secondary school. It should be part of the whole school culture, not just a subject. When children learn early to recycle, save energies, reduce food waste, this habit gradually becomes part of their values rather than just a conscious actions. In primary school, students can begin with simple actions. For example, maintaining a school garden, participating in a plastic-free day. As they grow older, learning can become more complex. For example, calculating the school carbon footprint, analyzing cafeteria food waste, or design community environmental projects. This way, students not only learn the theory, but also actively practice sustainability. For example, Green School Bali teach sustainability through daily practice. Students grow food, compost waste, and take part in zero waste projects, learning to see environmental responsibility as part of everyday life. Yet, many people know sustainability is important, but they do not act, often because they feel their efforts are tiny and inconvenient. That's why teachers and school staff must lead by example, showing students that sustainability behaviors are normal, are impactful. Parents are also play an important role, practicing the same values at home. When schools, teachers, and families work together, students are more likely to internalize their habits and do awareness into real long-term. Ultimately, sustainability education is about shaping responsibility and action over the long term. Starting early, reinforcing it consistently, and modeling behaviors across schools, homes can create a meaningful, lasting change.
Thank you, Jessica. Valerie, from a psychological perspective, why does awareness so often fail to create action?
One major reason is that many human behaviors are driven by habits rather than conscious decisions. Many unsustainable behaviors, such as leaving lights on, wasting food, or buying fast fashions, are routines and automatic. For example, in the UK, people own dozens of pieces of clothing that they don't need. On average, about 30% of them are wasted, showing how buying habits outpace actual use. Even when people are aware of environmental consequences, habits are difficult to break. Take fast fashion as an example. Many consumers know that fast fashion actually causes pollution. Yet, global clothing consumption continues to rise because fast fashion is convenient, cheap, and socially normal. This problem can also be explained through present bias, where people prioritize immediate benefits, like saving money or time, over long-term environmental outcomes. Climate change feels distant, whereas convenience feels immediate. Another factor is perceived lack of impact. Individuals often believe their personal actions are insignificant compared to global environmental problems. This can lead to apathy, where awareness actually disencourages action rather than encouraging it.
Thank you, Valerie. Beyond psychology, social norms and inequality also shape whether awareness leads to action. So, Carmen, how do social norms and inequality influence whether awareness turns into a sustainable behavior?
So, social norms strongly shape behavior. People are more likely to act sustainably if those around them do the same. For instance, in schools where reusable water bottles are common, students bring them without even thinking. In places where disposable bottles are the norm, people may feel uncomfortable doing something different, even if they care about sustainability. Recycling provides a very strong example. In Germany, a recycling rate of over 60%, while countries with weaker recycling systems have far lower rates. This difference is not because Germans are more environmentally aware, but it's because recycling is socially expected and supported. Inequality also limits the impact of education. Sustainability education often assumes people have equal ability to act, which is untrue. Eco-friendly products are usually more expensive, and lower-income households may prioritize affordability over sustainability. This means awareness exists, but action is often restricted by lived experience.
Thank you, Carmen. Even when social norms and inequality are addressed, awareness often only leads to action when systems and policies make sustainable choices easier. Let's give it to Aidan. Aidan, can you give examples where awareness did translate into action, but only after adaptations are made?
One of the strongest examples is plastic bag charges. In the UK, during 2015, after a 5p charge was introduced, plastic bag use dropped by over 95% in most major supermarkets. Awareness of plastic pollution already existed, but behavior changed only when policy made unsustainable behavior inconvenient. Another example is energy-efficient lighting. LED bulbs use around 75 to 80% less energy than traditional bulbs. Many countries are phasing out inefficient bulbs, like China. Under the 14th five-year plan and dual circulation model, the government supports the localization of critical LED technologies and supply chain independence. This means people naturally reduced energy use without needing to constantly think about sustainability. This shows that behavior changes made effectively when sustainable choices are the default.
So how can education be adapted to better translate awareness into action?
Education should be practical and action-oriented, starting from a young age and continuing throughout a student's school journey. Schools that actively involve students in sustainability initiatives, such as reducing food waste, running recycling programs, conducting energy audit, and even develop a small renewable energy project. Help students know that knowledge into real habits. Research shows that students engage in hands-on sustainability projects are more likely to maintain eco-friendly habits at school and at home, especially when teachers, staffs, and families more do all same value.
Education is essential for building awareness of sustainability issues, but awareness alone often fails to create action. Habits, psychology, social norms, inequality, and real-world systems all influence behavior. The most effective changes occurs when education raises understanding, systems make sustainable choices easier, social norms support change, and inequalities are acknowledged. When education moves beyond awareness and connects with how people actually live, it has the power to create lasting, sustainable behavior. Thank you.
Now let's move on to the 5-minute discussion session.
Stay there.
Stay put.
There's 5 minutes.
Thank you very much. That was extremely exciting and interesting. I like the concept around school teachers and parents working together, but I agree also around trying to break habits. So what would you think would be the biggest thing that school teachers could do with parents, with their communities, to be really visible and make a difference and start making the behaviour change you were describing?
I feel like school events involving parents, such as like Plastic Waste Day, was it? Yeah. Plastic Waste Day, involving the parents, where the parents are also involved in activities such as like recycling or reusing plastic bottles, would also be like help teachers and parents teaching the kids at the same time.
Like turning the lights off when you don't need it, and like use water less if it's not that important.
Just adding to that point, I feel like parents and teachers, they can also like teach their children, because like the whole world, it's basically like, let's say, a family. So everyone is kind of connected. So if everyone learns from their parents or teachers, then the world will be a better place.
Yeah. Thank you.
You gave us, well done, good presentation. You gave us some good statistic as to the reduction in plastic bottles and plastic waste and all that. What other things do you think needs to be done or implemented? What kind of rewards do you think we need to give to people to be able to encourage them to do more of these things?
I don't think this is about any like rewards or whatever thing, because I think like everyone is part of this community and everyone should be like responsible for this world. And I think like if we actually educate people into knowing like all these problems that exist, then they will actually feel the need to do so. And it's like by making the world a better place, by starting maybe just recycling or using less water, then it will like enable like the world to become a better place, as I said. So that's actually a very good reward. And personally, for someone who actually understands the risk and like what the future can become if we don't start action, then I think by seeing a difference in the world is actually the biggest reward. Thank you.
Very well done, guys. I really enjoyed the delivery and the breakdown in the different categories that you use. So you talked about psychological, you talked about social, you talked about policy as well. My question is, if you were government for a day or a month, it doesn't matter, which one would you prioritize and why? There's no right or wrong answer here. It's just what you think should be. Yeah.
If only for just a day, that's not a lot of time. So implementing long-term decisions wouldn't be like, effective. So I feel like just like from that one day, teach the citizens of whatever country I'm in government of, like teach and make them aware of what's going on, how they can help, and things like that.
I think it's not just education for like younger kids, not just for like primary, kindergarten, or secondary. I think like a lot of like even adults or like older people requires this education as well. Because like, for example, like my grandparents, they always say, oh, you know, back in the old days it's like that. But clearly they lack the statistic, they lack the knowledge as well. So I think it's like education across all age groups, and that's like essential if I'm gonna be government for a day. Yeah.
Okay. Anyone have anything, Ben?
I'm just interested in your teamwork. How does it work? I mean, your method of presenting is, I've never seen that before. You're using a question to ask question.
It's
Yeah?
like we continue this part through street presentation we did today. So it's like mainly the same structure, like one people become like, and then the other people just separate different aspects, which like concentrate in your aspects and then research in it, and then do statistics, and then think method to resolve it.
And when we were in breakout rooms, so like a few people was responsible for like getting the script. Someone was responsible for just researching and actually familiarizing themselves with the topic. And then afterwards, we just kind of like bring everything together. So they will be adding statistics and telling us, oh, how does these actually like apply to our speech? While like people just telling them, oh, so like I wrote this speech and like how this is gonna work and everything, and we just like put bits and pieces together.
Fantastic. You did it very well. Well
I
done.
agree. Well
Yeah,
done, everyone.
well done.
I agree with you. I think it's
I'm Jessica Feng.
I'm Valerie.
I'm Carmen.
I'm Ellie.
I'm Aiden.
And we're from the National Mathematics and Science College. And we are the Entomatics.
Good job, guys. Good job, guys. So, how are you guys feeling after that performance?
Relieved. Yeah,
Nice.
relaxed.
Yeah, we feel really.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. How do you think about today in general? Have you guys learned a lot from the judges, or how has it been?
So I think after round one, a judge just told us that, oh, maybe you can add more statistics, maybe you can add more real world examples. And she gave us like, some examples on like Vietnam, I think. And then we tried to like put that into our round two as well. So we learned a lot of things. And also like the judges' feedback are actually really good. And they actually give like very specific feedback to us. And they also wrote us like a sheet just to give us like feedback for our own speech.
Yeah, for sure. Why did you guys join Speaking for Tomorrow? What was the motive, and do you think that fulfilled today?
Because we're all really introverted, and we're basically like, so we have social anxiety. So we wanted to challenge ourselves, and we wanted to join a public speaking competition just to feel proud.
Yeah, and many of us wants to be like medics in the future. And engineer.
Yeah.
So we think it's actually a very good opportunity to just research into this because I think it's like health related, and like this opportunity is really good for us to just focus on a specific topic to research into to learn more.
Yeah, and like in the future, if we want to do engineering and medics, we need to have lots of like public speaking experience. So this is a good training for us, like interviewing or do in the university is really useful.
Absolutely. Well, good luck, guys. We'll see what happens later.
Thank you.
Let us welcome to the stage Sabrine.
Wow, okay.
They've got a big,
You got a following.
big fans.
And you can start in 3, 2, 1, go.
Imagine if every small action you take to help the planet could also help you get into university. Walking to school, eating sustainably, repairing or reusing old items. What if these things could actually earn you points to your future?
Although people globally know what is needed to be done to combat the lack of sustainability, people feel as though their efforts are futile. They feel as though walking to school one time is not going to combat the millions of people who use cars globally. Individuals hear all the time what is needed to do to create a sustainable future. But how often do we actually implement it? In order to teach about sustainability, we need to stop passively talking and take practical action, especially in schools targeting younger generations.
That's why we created EcoPoints. EcoPoints doesn't start with lectures or facts. It starts with action. Students complete weekly sustainability challenges that are simple, achievable, and meaningful.
For example, eating a low-carbon meal or reducing food waste could be 10 points. Walking, cycling, or using public transport instead of a car could be 5. Repairing or repurposing an old item instead of throwing it away could be 15. Each action is designed to make sustainability practical. But EcoPrints isn't just about doing the right thing. It's about showing students the impact of what they do.
We've built a dedicated app that tracks each person's progress from ages 12 to 18. Students can see their personal growth over time and how their small actions had add up to something significant. The tracking of makes sustainability motivational because students can see their impacts.
Here's how EcoPrints works in practice. Students complete a sustainable action. EcoPrints verifies each activity. This could include a photo, short reflection from the student, or a confirmation from your teacher. Ensures every point is genuine. Verification points are tracked over time, and these points can then be submitted to universities as part of your UCAS applications. The points are given by EcoPrints will be translated to UCAS points, respective to their value, and this could be done differently for each uni.
Students can see their progress on leaderboards, showing both personal impacts and collective achievements within their school or community. Seeing peers take action motivates students and builds a sense of shared responsibility. EcoPoints tackles 3 major challenges that education alone cannot solve: motivation, habit formation, and applied learning. It gives students real incentive to act, linking sustainability directly through personal goals. By completing small respectable actions, so this becomes a constant habit rather than an abstract idea. Reflection and feedback turn action into learning, so students understand why their actions matter, not just what they need to do.
In the bigger picture, EcoPoints empower students to take control. Instead of feeling powerless against global problems, they can see the result of their own actions. Over time, these small habits and actions will become a habit.
With EcoPoints, sustainability stops being abstract. It becomes something you're rewarded for, something universities can see as evidence of your impact and dedication.
Action is turned into opportunity. Every choice you make can count, not just for your planet, but for your future. With EcoPoints, you're not just learning about sustainability, you're living in it, measuring it, and being recognised for it.
From an economic perspective, schools account for a significant share of public sector emissions, yet behaviour-based interventions are among the lowest cost carbon reduction strategies. Even modest school sustainability programs are funded at around $100,000 per project. This shows the ability to scale across regions and engage tens of thousands of students. Our solution would influence millions of students at a fraction of the cost of the infrastructure. Governments are already investing heavily in sustainability within education. For example, the UK recently committed 200 million to clean energy initiatives in schools, demonstrating the scale of public investment targeting youth sustainability transitions. EcoLoop can partner with such programs. Simultaneously, private investment is rapidly growing. UK climate technology ventures have attracted over 2.4 billion in investment, with venture continuing to support scalable digital climate solutions. Typical startup funding rounds in London average roughly 4.4 million, providing realistic pathways nationally and internationally. Our financial model is a hybrid. Public funding is partnerships with local authorities and education departments, 250 to 500k. Private investment, the seed funding is 1.1 to 3 million to develop verification technology and national expansion. Corporate sponsorships, sustainability-focused companies fund challenges in sponsorships. EcoLoop generates value in 3 ways. Reduces long-term environmental costs by shifting youth consumption habits early, an annual platform license, potentially. This creates measurable outcomes for governments and investors seeking scalable climate solutions. This builds green workforce pipeline by embedding leadership, sustainability skills, and behavioural change into educational systems. We can also generate more revenue by promoting sustainable products by advertising them on our app. This is through CPM. The app earns money every time an ad is shown 1,000 times. Also by selling ad space. Advertisers pay to show their products to the app's users. Our product creates the incentive structures that make sustainable behaviour economically rational, scalable and measurable.
Finally, we just wanted to point out, we're choosing to target students because habits form from a really early age. Choices are made around food, energy, transport and consumption tend to stick. Teaching sustainability and ensuring it's implemented will turn these small actions into habit brought through the whole of their lives and the generations to come. Thank you for listening.
Now it's going to be the 5 minutes Q&A session.
Right, thank you very much, Supreme. Excellent presentation. And you saved us 4 minutes there. You only spent 6.5 minutes. So well done for that. Give us more time to bombard you with questions. Now I'm going to take you back to the Stone Age. Yeah? Good idea. EcoPoints, apps. So what happened if we were living 50, 60, 70 years ago and you wanted to implement this? How are you going to implement it? Without no phones and all that to be able to track what people do.
Well, I guess the app idea was more for our modern technology. I think it's really accessible for a lot of countries, especially low-income countries as well. And that was our main target, to target high-income countries, hope that the influence comes and trickles down into low-income countries. As you say, in places where there may not be technology, we can implement other ways of these points can be counted up. Also, we know that education and unis aren't a big thing in some countries that don't have technology itself, so it wouldn't translate well in those countries. But we hope that it would trickle down influence from high-income countries.
Thank you. Thank you. Really a great idea, and there's some really good originality as well in your proposal, so thank you. I was interested, I think you're right to think about starting with students and targeting people early in their lives to make a long-term difference, but not all young people have agency in all the decisions that impact, such as what they get to eat at home. So what advice would you give to young people who are keen to get involved, who are learning a lot around trying to change habits or form new habits, but they can't control their full environment? What would you do then?
I feel like making small changes in your life, instead of driving to school, which is an easy option if they don't have the choice, but they can walk as well, or just choosing to be more economically friendly, like turning off lights, just small, very small things that will in turn add up to solve big issues. But by making small decisions in your life to change the big things, it will make a big difference.
I also just wanted to add, especially for younger students from the age of around 12 to 14, when they might not have a lot of control over their lives, having a partner code on the app could help with parental apps, as the child could have an app and the parent could have the same app but for parents, so they could easily track what their child is doing. They know that it's for a good cause and for a good reason.
Thank you.
Brilliant. Thank you guys, great idea. I really like it. I've been in the startup world myself a few times, in and out, so I was really glad to hear about the financials of it, or that at least you've thought about it. So let's play that scenario. I can give you the £4 million, whatever it was, and we've now built it. We now need to convince Professor Sunday for Imperial to take your system into consideration when it comes to application and admissions. How would you do that? You need to convince universities now, okay, the students do it, they get the leaderboards, we know who's doing better and who not so much.
Yeah,
Yes.
we wanted to take it into future with unis because that's where the next generation is following, like all of us in this room. I think it's really important advertising in terms of it's on social media, so it's really big. Everyone has a phone now, everyone's using Safari, everyone has access to the internet, so it's a really, really accessible means. For universities to be able to take that, I think professors knowing that the next generation is going to be harmed by climate change and it's a big thing that could harm the next future generation, hopefully that sympathy can come from allowing this app and these UCAT points to be translated.
I also feel as though that if universities know that students are actively taking part in things outside of their learning and engaging in the wider community, it shows how they will translate that into university and how they will be part of the university community.
I'd also like to say, obviously people going to uni now are going to start up their own lives, have their own families, and implementing that from a young age and then pushing it on to further generations like their children, their nieces and their nephews is really important.
Great, thank you. Yeah, finally, I'd like to find out how your team is working. Yeah, I'm going to ask every single question about your team.
Get ready, other groups.
4 powerful ladies here working together. How do you do it?
First of all friends outside the classroom. We also do different subjects. Emily does economics and us three don't, so it's really nice to hear her economic points of view. We do chemistry and biology as well, and Flick does history, so just implementing all of our subjects together can really help for the future because we know that's what we're going to be doing in uni. Even if one of us is studying medicine, we know we're going to have to think about economic value and all of that, so that's really helped with us. That's it.
Yeah, well done. And I like the way you share your script as well. One person, and then you pass it. Good. Well done.
Well done.
Hi, I'm Emily Rushworth. I'm Felicity Trust.
I'm Andrea Austin.
I'm Emily Cadman, and we all go to Eltham College.
And our team name is The Supremes!
Yeah, so congrats guys for making it to the final round. How are you guys feeling right now after that performance?
We definitely didn't expect it to get into the next round. Bit nervous, but
I think it went quite well.
Yeah, we think it went
we did well for it to be a bit impromptu because the other questions we did have a lot more time to prepare the questions for. But we're really glad that we made it to the final and yeah, we're really grateful to be here today. Yeah.
You guys are from Eltham, right?
Yeah.
Eltham. So Steven Marlowe is one of my friends as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so he came last year, so that's why. But why did you guys decide to come this year? What made you guys?
We had a lot of different skills between the 4 of us, so we decided to put them all together, and we thought they would make a really valuable team. Yeah. So that's why we came today. I think
a nice blend of our subjects.
Yeah,
A level,
and it's really interesting to see like the ideas that we have put forward. We're really close on a social setting, but not academically. So it's nice to just sit in a classroom and talk about stuff.
For sure.
I also think that we're all very intrigued about how the climate will impact us later in life and how that we ourselves can make a difference.
For sure. And how do you guys feel about the entire day? So like from top to finish?
Oh, it's been amazing.
It's been really amazing.
Yeah.
A bit tiring, but
it's been good. Yeah, we've really enjoyed ourselves, like meeting new people. It was nice that both rounds were with different sets of judges and different sets of people. So yeah, it was really nice to meet new people, and obviously we missed the networking, but I think we met enough people behind the scenes. Yeah.
That's for sure. Yeah, well, good luck, guys.
Thank you.
We'll see if you guys win.
Thank you.
Education is a pillar of society, not one made of stone, but of minds. It's the quiet structure that holds up every society, shaping who we become long before we realise we are being shaped at all. This pillar is the foundation of not only knowledge, but identity, ambition, and understanding. Before careers, before opinions, before identity, there is education, building the very framework of humanity. But that means nothing if the pillar can't hold up the building. If the system our education is built upon fails to put these values into practice, this can result in damaging, dangerous, and destructive effects to the rest of our livelihood.
As a young immigrant who initially grew up in the Philippines, sustainability wasn't something I knew or even thought about. But what I did know was the smell of burning waste, smoke in the air, and plastic floating in the water. And these were engraved in my daily life. When I moved into the UK, it was like I stepped into a whole new world. But the problem did not disappear. Well, my education helped me almost unlock a new language, and it helped me understand what I had lived through. But witnessing the different levels of sustainability from different sides of the world made me realize how these inequalities aren't just in the Philippines or in the UK, where we are right now, they are everywhere. Knowledge is only powerful if we can act on it.
The national curriculum demands that English, maths, science, PE, and foundational subjects like history or geography must be studied up to Key Stage 4. Evidently, there's moments within these subjects in which you may question, how could this be applied to my life? Why would I need to know how a river is formed for job success? Why would I need to know, why would flame tests impact my ability to function as an adult? At this stage in education, time should be spent exploring broader issues, not solely establishing pathways towards careers students may never wish to pursue. It is difficult to deny that the curriculum must become more inclusive of society's impact on the climate, particularly as environmental challenges increasingly shape our future. However, it is equally important to recognise that awareness alone is not enough. Understanding climate change does not automatically lead to sustainable behaviour. According to a report conducted for Sustainable Development Goals, 1 in 5 young people feel unprepared for climate change based on their education. As a result, education must move beyond simply teaching the consequences and instead teach students how to enact change in their own life. After all, even if you have all the necessary resources to build a pillar, it is incredibly difficult to construct it without being illustrated how. In the same way, knowledge provides the materials, but it must also provide the instructions. Rather than flame tests, chemistry can educate students on more sustainable alternatives to processes such as the burning of fossil fuels in order to inspire sustainable behaviour.
Social inequality is spreading like a leak in this building. It limits the ability for education to achieve its aims, making the idea of equal opportunities very unrealistic. Education may stand as pillars of society, but a pillar cannot hold when the ground beneath it is unstable. Systems claim to have the same standards, expectations, and pathways for all students, but the real problem is access. And this is merely shaped by one's socioeconomic background. How can education be equal when resources are not? How can these expectations be even when the foundations are not? In the UK, students from lower backgrounds tend to underperform compared to their peers. In the school year of 2023 and 2024, only 26% of disadvantaged students, for example, those who are eligible for school meals, achieved a grade 5 and above in their GCSE English and Maths. This is a gap that we are failing to bridge. And closing the gap requires a lot of funding for disadvantaged schools. And we must make sure that technology is not determined by our postcode.
The reality is that education's pillar isn't the same everywhere. In cities like ours, schools might have specialist teachers, art rooms, labs, access to technology. The knowledge we gain in school is often far easier to apply to real-life situations than it is for students in less supported locations. Whilst knowledge is evidently powerful, we can only optimize this tool to its full potential if we know how to apply it, if we know how to stand alone without the pillar. For instance, when we learn about careers or higher education, we can visit universities and workshops and access online guidance, making that knowledge practical. Knowledge that helps us learn to understand without the support of the pillar. But in rural areas, schools often face shortages of staff, fewer subjects on offer, and limited access to the internet, meaning students can miss out on vital learning experiences or practical skills many take for granted. But the uneven strength of education's pillar doesn't stop at geography. Within a country, it exists globally too. Around the world, many young people are missing out on education altogether, making their foundational pillar fragile or even absent. According to UNESCO, 34% of children and youth are out of school, unable to access even the basics. In the poorest countries, the pillar is especially weak, diminishing its ability to support individuals in the future.
Now let's talk about the misconception that young people can't make change. Right now, one of the biggest cracks in our community pillar of sustainability isn't a lack of information, it's the belief that young people don't matter. We are taught the facts about climate change, recycling, and conservation. Yet, many of us will walk away from this, thinking, what am I meant to do about this? Social cognitive theory says that humans are agents of change, but only when they believe that their actions have power. Without this core belief, there's no motivation to act. We keep adding pressure to the pillar, but we're building it on weak foundations. To address this problem, education needs to shift from passive learning to active participation. Young people need real projects, leadership roles, and results they can tangibly see. Whether that's sustainability projects, community action, campaigns, or eco-initiatives, we need to stop being spectators and start becoming the builders of our own futures, repairing cracks that have already formed in our world. And this repair work surely shouldn't start in secondary schools. It needs to start at the base of the pillar, in primary education. In the UK, forest schools have been introduced to allow young people to engage with the world around them. Instead of just learning about sustainability, children learn from it. By planting trees at an early age, they experience responsibility and see the results that their actions create firsthand. This builds confidence, connection, and a sense of responsibility. By letting sustainability be taught through experience rather than worksheets, young people grow up believing they belong in the solution.
As we mentioned at the beginning, education is a pillar, the most fundamental pillar of our society that supports us from learning how to read, to write, to choosing a career. This pillar stays strong throughout, or does it? Ultimately, we must utilize more local action-based projects, perhaps in school canteens, local parks, and transport systems. We also need to change. Stop thinking of environmental education as a science or geography problem and utilize cross-curricular links. Finally, we need to stop hypothetical and theoretical learning without practical modelling, starting with auditing our biodiversity on school grounds, reflecting on the infrastructure we learn in and the transport that gets us here.
So, as we come to the end of the day, we thank SustainaPod, NeuroSpark, and the judges for this amazing opportunity. So, today, we leave you with one question. Are you going to be a spectator or a builder of our society? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Going to be a builder is my answer to your question. And one of the hats I wear is I'm a governor at Further Education College, and I'm the Sustainability Link governor as well, taking that role. And I love your thought about thinking about sustainability across the curriculum. So I'd ask you, what key messages would you want to put across the curriculum as a consistent thread so it appears in every subject?
I think it's really important to recognise that a lot of subjects are actually interconnected. I think it's so easy to see on your timetable, oh, like I have science, I have geography, I have English, whatever that may be. I think it's so easy to think of that as an individual subject. And I think it's really important to note that they are all interconnected. Whether you learn about climate change in science, literacy in English, I think it's important to know that with literacy, you can change climate change. You can like put yourself out there into making that change. And I think also learning about sustainability and geography, again, that links back to science with climate change. So I think it's just really important to note that subjects are interconnected and just, yeah.
Thank you.
Shall I go next? Thank you, guys. Very strong delivery, well done. I particularly enjoyed something that you said at the start, that education unlocks new languages, and that's very profound and fundamental. I come from Greece, and ancient Greeks had a saying that in order to conquer a new concept, you need to assign a word to it. So think of the first person to describe the word chaos, for instance, what sort of concept he had in his mind. So I think this is very powerful. My question to you is, how can we get more people your age to speak the language of sustainability? You talked about education, but what else do you think we should be doing?
Well, as a younger person, growing up in a place that wasn't very privileged to have this education, I think that it's important that we have this knowledge of sustainability at a very young age. See, there's this like part of our brain called our frontal lobe, and this develops as you grow up. And when we learn things, it kind of shapes our brain and our perspective of things. So I think it's really important that we start young before the impacts of climate change can reach us.
Also, adding on to that point, like I said before, how climate change is like often linked to science, kind of what Raphael was talking about, in that learning about climate change is, of course, really important, but I think also learning about what we can do. I think when it comes to science, we often learn about what like climate change actually is, what it's caused by, rather than the solutions and what we can do about it. And I think that would be a really, really good thing to add to the curriculum and just to build our knowledge on that.
All right, thank you very much. Fantastic presentation. As you were speaking, and I'm looking at the name Catalyst, and I'm thinking of how you're telling us about being coming from passive to active. Where's the connection between catalyst as a word or the name to this thing that you're trying to sell to us?
So a catalyst is a thing that speeds up the rate of a chemical reaction, providing an alternative pathway to allow this reaction to occur. So what we're suggesting is that we do need some alternate pathway to make this change. And maybe it's the small steps that are like small loops that lead to one smaller big loop. And yeah.
Okay. And the team-wise, how's the team's working? It's a very balanced team.
So we firstly just kind of picked on different areas that may be impacted by this, like social inequality and then geography. We kind of split that into pillars, as you guys could tell from our metaphor, like pillars of a building. And that just suggests how we can't function as a society if one of these pillars aren't built properly.
Okay, I might have one final quick question, that's all right. I absolutely agree as well. You do need to be able to be the builders of your future, the other young people. What's the biggest thing that we could do as sort of generations slightly older than you, I might say, to enable you? What would help the most?
I think for like older generations, whether that's parents or like not parents, I think it's again really important to educate like the youngest members of society, linking back to what Audrey said, like learning from a young age, and that knowledge is ultimately going to pass down to them generations. And then when the youngest members of society do grow up, then that's also going to be passed down. I think it's just like a case of being a cycle of sharing information and learning from it.
Great, thank you.
Sorry.
Yeah, thank you very
much. My name's Connie.
My name is Audrey.
My name's Raphael.
My name is Dalius.
Should we start again? Let's do it one more time. We'll start here. Yeah.
Here we go. In 3, 2.
My name is Dalius.
My name is Raphael.
My name is Audrey.
My name is Connie, and we are from St. Mark's Catholic School, and we are the Catalysts.
Congratulations, guys. How are you guys feeling after just competing in the finals?
Ready?
I just feel like very refreshed because after performing like 3 times, like all of it feels like just very natural to me, and like I feel like I'm just a whole new person. Like I've become more confident than I have.
Yeah, and I think it's also been like really fun throughout the day just to see our confidence like increase from like the first speech being so nervous to then going to like perform in front of everyone. I think it's been really cool to like see that development.
I also think it's really cool to see other young people's ideas and how like we've all had basically the same question the other day and seeing the different points of view.
I think it's just like, everyone's noticeably become more comfortable. And it's just, even myself, it just feels like, I feel like I could speak in front of anyone at this point after today. So yeah.
Yeah. So why did you guys come today? Why did you guys join Speaking for Tomorrow? And obviously, how did you guys find the entire day? Because obviously at the beginning, you guys were quite media shy. So how has things changed? Why did you want to come here? Yeah.
We came here because, we all sort of have like at least one subject we do in STEM, and, we can sort of delve into that. And we also all sort of do like one essay-based subject, so it's like a combination of the two. So we could work on both skills, basically. And I forgot the second question.
How has it been today? Like, how has the competition been?
Oh yeah, it's been really good and like exciting. And, especially like finding out that we were finalists it felt really rewarding, especially because there were like, I think 23 other groups. So yeah.
Yeah, building on what Raf said, I think it's felt really rewarding. And for like the past 2 weeks, we've been working really hard, like after school, like working together. And I think it's been really like rewarding to see that actually pay off and make it to the final. And I think, especially in the preparation for the final, I think it was really nice to see like the team actually come together, and we had like an hour to write a speech. And I'm like, I think we're really proud of what we produced, and like especially in that time frame. And again, like with the team, I think it was like a really good like combination of people. Again, what Raf was saying, like the subjects we do, and also just like our way of thinking. I think it's been really good to have like different perspective, whether that's like science, English based. I think that's been like really cool to just come together.
Anyone else?
Yeah, so each of us do like different subject fields, and it's nice to see all these like different fields coming together when we answer the questions. And yeah.
Yeah. I'll ask one last question. So if someone was to come to Speaking for Tomorrow 2027, why should they come, and what would you say? Do you want to?
Okay, so if someone were to come here, I think I would tell them to just be yourself, like be your full authentic self. You don't need to kind of be someone else. I think that's what judges really like. They like someone who's raw, authentic, and showing that part of yourself and kind of conveying that message that you want to convey about climate change or whatever it is. It's really impactful for other younger people as well.
I think it's also really like just broaden like the stuff that I know. I'm fully like essay-based, English-based subjects, and I think it's really been like interesting just to delve into that like STEM world, just to learn more. Like if you asked me before about like climate change, AI, like I genuinely wouldn't be able to tell you, and I genuinely feel so much more confident about it. It's really helped my like speech writing skills, which is perfect.
Music. You guys have anything, or? I'll go. Yeah. Go.
Yeah, it's better.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, 10 minutes starting now.
Today, you asked us how education can shape sustainable behaviour, and today we will answer. But before we do so, we must address why we should even behave sustainably. We all like our long showers. We love our shopping sprees, and we adore our quick car rides. Why would we behave in a way that doesn't benefit us? Well, that's where we're wrong. Not only does being sustainable benefit us, but it means that future generations will get to live just as abundantly as we do. Our lack of sustainability is triggering a chain reaction of degrading biodiversity, scarce resources, and economic inequality. The need for change is inescapable.
Although we are well aware of the need, we do not fail to act because we do not know. We fail because we do not belong. We know the facts, we know the risks, we know the future, and still, we do nothing. Why? In 1950s, Solomon Asch exposed a powerful psychological truth that 75% of people conformed to another's perspective at least once, even when they knew the correct answer. When participants stood alone, error rates dropped below 1%, proving this was never about intelligence, it was about influence. Humans are shaped by norms, not numbers, by acceptance, not awareness. This is why education must do more than inform. It must reshape what society sees as normal, noticeable, and non-negotiable. From a neuropsychological perspective, sustainability education speaks to the rational brain, but belongs to the emotional mind. The prefrontal cortex plans, predicts, and processes facts, but behaviour is not built on logic alone.
Maybe the error in education isn't exactly what's taught, but how it's taught. For instance, let's transport ourselves to an era in England where women had no rights, a global crisis in the same scale as our battle for sustainability. There were two movements, the suffragists and the suffragettes. The suffragists reasoned with people through peaceful protests and educated passerbys. However, the suffragettes took matters into their own hands with slightly more extreme approaches. Now, I'm not saying that we should burn down buildings or, destroy valuable paintings. I'm merely saying that humans respond better to actions. Change and development in sustainability will not arise without action. To quote the suffragettes, deeds, not words.
There is a general standard expected from everyone, from everywhere. It's expected to train teachers in climate education. It's expected to build green schools. And it's expected to create national climate education. But it's not that simple. Climate change is everywhere, but equality isn't. In the UK alone, there is a north-south divide in literacy rates, with disadvantaged 16-year-olds having a 19-month GCSE gap compared to its wealthier peers. This devastating statistic is not only limited to the UK, but also applied to the wider world. With education being scarce in low-income countries such as Somalia and Chad, studies show that they face literacy rates of under 40%. 40%. And this is the lowest in the world. So, we can't expect areas that aren't capable of supporting themselves to fully support us. It's our duty to come together as one and fight this cause together. In LICs, 87.6% of education spending comes from governments and international aid from high-income countries, as money is already a depleted resource. This aid is crucial in helping pull the weight that low-income countries can't do. And, as a collective, will help combat climate change. This, however, can become counterproductive as there becomes a dependency on high-income countries and their aid and funding, meaning LICs like Somalia will struggle tremendously to stand on their own. So, one of the biggest barriers to sustainable behaviour in education isn't just people's ignorance, it's inequality.
Okay, so who here would class this country as developed, with high education standards? Yeah, if you put your hand up, you would be correct. The UK has a literacy rate of 99%. Then why is it that in a British poll, only 25% of respondents could accurately define climate terms? That means 75% of people in this poll from a developed country with high literacy rates could not answer basic concepts about sustainability. This shows that education is made irrelevant in the presence of ignorance. No matter how high the quality of education, regardless of the standard of living, nonetheless the income of the country, the urge to behave sustainably derives from inner passion.
Education can only advise, but it's humans that can act.
I know that most of us here don't actually enjoy revising. And this is the exact same with the younger generation. If they don't love what they're doing, they simply will not fight for it.
the truth is, this love, passion, desire for sustainability within younger people is the only way to instill green habits that will last long term. And I personally have experienced this myself because my younger brother once came home, his eyes wide with excitement, grinning ear to ear, talking about planting seeds in the school garden. He wasn't just learning because he was simply told. He was learning because he was having fun. Because he was having fun. This is the power of an eco project. It turns classroom knowledge into a real lived experience for one to enjoy. In a way, you could say eco projects are like a clever trick, almost like a witch casting a spell. But why do I say this? Inside the classroom, learning, it feels like a chore. But step outside and suddenly, students are having fun planting seeds and learning about how plants grow. Don't you see what's happening here? They're learning biology, ecology, sustainability, without even thinking that they're being taught it. However, eco-projects are just one of many ways to instill passion for sustainability. Another way to spark young people's interest is through competitions and incentives, recycling challenges, or a point system for the way you travel to school. I'm pretty sure a lot of us did that as a child. Friendly rivalry can make sustainability exciting. However, incentives must not just build short-term enthusiasm.
This is why education is only important when knowledge goes from the ears into the mind and from the mind into the heart. This cannot be done simply through 30-minute PC lessons, but by constantly embedding the idea of sustainability into students. We could calculate our own carbon footprints in maths, or study past environmental justice movements in history. This not only makes the idea of sustainability a recurring one in our lives, but helps instructions become second nature and thought become instinct. Even outside of classrooms, sustainability can be taught to us all. Prevalent social media platforms such as TikTok and Instagram can be used to spread awareness to both the younger and older generations. Create a short reel showing one change you are making to better your environmental impact. Call it your eco-swap of the day. Film a fun and dramatic eco-mythbuster. The wildfire that we call media trends could be the next great weapon in our fight against climate change. Today, you asked us how education can shape sustainable behavior, and now we have answered.
Teach.
Axe.
Grow.
We are the Synapse Collective, and this is how we bridge the gap. Thank you.
Now 5 minutes of discussion.
I told you were going to throw something at me. Wow. This is I don't know what we're going to do, judges.
It's going to be very hard. Very hard.
And the way you guys gradually coming towards us. Fantastic presentation. You really nailed this. And the style is different as well. All the four styles today have been totally different. So, Javi, I'm struggling to ask questions. Can you go over so that I can think a bit more?
Yeah, I agree. And a huge level of passion and enthusiasm and really engaging. So thank you so much. You really, you connected with me on the suffragettes, so I agree with that. So you talked about kind of the actions. So what do you think would be the biggest action that we could take to really make a difference? If you were the education minister, what action would you take in our education portfolio?
So I actually did some research on this, and I found out that about, I'd say 60% of UK students think that, like, they get this sustainable knowledge, learning, but they don't remember it because it doesn't stick with them enough. So if personally I was an education administrator, I would try to fix the curriculum, as in make it more engaging and make it stick long term, because that's the whole point in this. Is that you're supposed to develop long-term habits that last in the person rather than just short-term and then they forget it.
I think adding on to that,
Adding on to what Dihan was saying, the fact that children, well, teenagers nowadays, social media platforms such as TikTok, they're like short clips, 30-minute clips, and we don't realize this, but our attention span is decreasing. And so that's why perhaps in classes, students aren't able to focus for the full hour. So in a way, if I was the administrator person, I would maybe infuse these sustainability videos and integrate them really into social media platforms, advertise it so that, I'll see a quick little video. Maybe it can be interactive, maybe it could be like a game or something like that, that really brings in the younger generation.
I was going to say that targeting each demographic specifically, I think, is the best way to target it, because obviously the younger generation will respond much differently to the older generation. I actually do Young Enterprise. It's a business that you create with a group of people, and we've decided to create plant growing kits that are 100% recyclable and fun, interactive for kids. And I think it's these small scale things that really push for the younger generation to learn more about it in a fun way that will make them remember it.
Thank you very much.
Very well done, guys. Excellent delivery. Really enjoyed it. I think it's very important to relate with your audience. You shared personal stories, all of you. That's really good. And this matters particularly in climate change because, like you and the other teams said, we are bringing statistics in a feelings fight most of the time. So it's important to be able to, bond and connect with whoever it is we're talking to if we're actually to tackle this problem. You also talked about the social divide in the UK and globally. So how do you think we can better connect between these social groups in order to tackle this massive problem? Because it is a massive problem and it's for everybody. How do we come closer in these times where there's a lot of social divide, basically? Sorry, long question.
No, it's fine. Well, as I touched on before, I think it's a lot about the high-income countries providing aid for them, because knowledge is necessary. It's the starting point for everyone to build from there, but it's obviously not sufficient enough. I think, as I said as well, dependency can be an issue from that, but I honestly think it's crucial for us to co-help each other in this battle and together help us grow. Anyone else have anything to say?
More on that question, obviously organisations like the UN and NATO, if they could actually work together, put aside politics, they need to start to understand that, climate change is not a funny thing that we talk about. It's not, people always say it's in the future, things are happening. It's actually happening right now. There's going to be 250,000 additional deaths per year solely because of this. So if they prioritise it and come together and all realise that it's a real problem, I really believe that countries can efficiently, exchange information, put aside economy, put aside politics, prioritise the issue.
I'd also like to add just one thing quickly. I think that in terms of aid, when we think of aid, we think of giving money or giving money to a lower income country. And a lot of the time that is useful. But I think it is equally as important to think of how can we socially benefit them rather than just economically. So this could be through volunteers or even volunteering teachers who just want to educate people around the world about the subject matter.
Fantastic. Right. Thank you. Just one last one. Your presentation was very conversational. I didn't think you were presenting. I think you were actually talking to all of us. Yeah. You feel as if you're just having a conversation with us, which is again very good. Team-wise, how do you form that? I think it's a difficult thing to do. How do you?
Well, I think all of us are really passionate on this specific topic. We've all kind of done our own research on this outside of this speaking competition. So I think that's what's really brought us together, the passion that we have and the drive that we have. I think we all feed off of each other and we just keep adding onto it. But yeah, I think that's where it comes from.
How you were saying, it felt like a conversation. It's probably because, this is how we speak to each other. We're all really close friends. We're all really passionate about everything we say. And it just kind of, shows through in our presentation.
I think also as well, all of us really understand the significance of public speaking and how much that can actually spread awareness and the impact that can have. So I think that's why we're all here today to do that.
And you definitely speaking for tomorrow.
Definitely. Well done.
Well done, guys.
Hi, my name is Alina.
Hi, my name is Shri. Hi, my name is Helena.
My name is Jade.
Hi, my name is Dihan, and we are from CRGS.
And we are the
Sign Up Collective.
Good job, guys. You guys got that name through. So how are you guys feeling right now after that finals?
Ecstatic. Adrenaline. You should have seen us when we realised we actually made the finals for the first time. We genuinely all screamed.
Because we were the last new group, weren't we?
Yeah, it was really, really fun to actually be here and just to do the whole thing. It was really, really actually a really good experience for all of us, learning so much from each other, not just us, but everyone that was here, all the other groups. So yeah.
I think it's really impressive to see all these people the same age as us who have come together and produced such incredible speeches. It's honestly so motivating. You just want to continue doing research on this. But yeah.
I actually really, really hate public speaking. I think I'm so bad at it. And like today, I feel like we all gained so much confidence, learned so much off of each other, off of new people. And I loved meeting like all these professors and people from different industries. It was so interesting. Yeah.
Actually, starting from yesterday, we were just faced with these problems. We realised we planned the timing wrong, my fault. And then this morning, there were replacement buses. It would have taken us nearly 3 hours to come here. We came all the way from Essex. We got on the wrong tube. It was just a hassle. We got here with exactly 3 minutes before the thing started. We were running and we were like, this day has been chaotic. Let's just hope the ending is just as chaotic.
I can't lie, today has been a gift for just all of us. I feel like we were already such great friends, and not to be corny, but our friendships have grown through this experience, and it's been a really big learning journey.
Y'all, the vibe is there. But yeah, like, why did you guys decide to come to this event, and do you think today has fulfilled that?
So we did hear about it through our biology teacher, shout out Mr. McMahon. He actually sent out an email to all of his biology students and he said, here's this big new competition. If you do want to do it, sign up. It will be a fun new thing. Not only would it be good for your UCAS, but it is good to actually extend your knowledge of all the things that you want to do with your future.
Especially when we saw this email, I was like, this is something I know we're all passionate about. It's something that we can all come together. And I saw this email straight away and I was like, let me bring together, sign a group. I was like, we are going to win this thing. Today we came and they asked, do you think you're going to win? We were one of the only people who put our hands straight up because we came in with confidence because we knew we were going to win it. And we haven't won it yet, but I think we will. Take that out. Cut that out. Okay, if we win, add it.
But yeah, I'd like to add to that though, that when we noticed that the topic was based on climate change, I think that really pushed us to really want to do this as well. And I think we came into this honestly wanting to just have fun with it. I think we're all here just with smiles on our faces, just having a laugh and yeah, enjoying ourselves.
But now I kind of want to win because we're really good.
Yeah.
Cut that out.
Yeah, so you guys gave all the perfect answers. If someone wanted to join in 2027, what would you say?
Do it. That's literally all you need to say. Just do it. Have fun with it. Don't be worried about speaking in public. Even if you're not someone who's confident with speaking, like she said, she's not joking when she says that she hates public speaking. It's not a thing of, coming to win or coming to beat other people. It's genuinely just a fun, big networking thing, and it's really awesome. So.
And yeah, it's just a good experience. Like we all came, we all enjoyed. So if you're going to take advice from anyone, take it from us.
Guys, anyone else?
I agree. I just agree.
I agree.
Sorry.
I think we've really touched on it multiple times, but yeah, it's just the fact that when you get here as well and you see all the other groups with such confidence, you honestly realize that public speaking isn't that bad. Everyone's going through this together, and it's honestly just an enjoyable experience to go through this with your group.
Absolutely, guys. Well, thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Cool. Shall I go first? First of all, congratulations to all of you and to the teams. I'm not going to spoil who won just yet. Just some feedback on the first team that presented, Engine Medics. Where are you guys?
Yeah.
Oh, hi. They left, okay. The delivery, that's okay. They had a very strong delivery and the structure was really good as well. Something that's worked very well for me in my career is kind of segmenting things, whether that's in presentation, pitching, or negotiations. So the fact that they broke up awareness, psychological, and policy and social was very easy to follow as an audience. So I think that was really good from them. And they're also aware of time. I could see I could see them in the background talking to each other, a minute, 2 minutes left, blah, blah, blah. And that's very good when you're time bound and you're trying to deliver to a certain deadline. So well done to them. That's it from me on number 1.
Right, Supreme, where are you guys? Oh, right, okay. Your ecosystem was fantastic. Yeah? Although we struggled to try and see how we could implement it, but it was a very good idea, especially in this age. It's very good. You also did a lot of answering. The question we throw at you, trying to destabilize you, you were able to stand up and answer the question very, very well. Apart from that, I think you did very well, and we were very, very impressed with your presentation. So well done. Well done.
Well done. Where are the catalysts? Hi, over there. I've got the pleasure of feeding back for you. So I think it was really, as I mentioned, I sort of do work linking in with education, and it really picked up on some of the core themes that we talk about in the board meetings I'm in. So you've picked up some really important thematic points. It was really strongly backed by a lot of evidence. Really appreciated that you've looked at the statistics and brought in a number of different aspects there. You seem like a really great collective, really supportive of one another when you were talking, which is really great to see when people are presenting. So well done with that. And a really strong engagement with the question that we asked you and really thinking about how you were playing that back to us. So congratulations, I thought it was fantastic. Well done. And lastly, the Synapse Collective, right here on the front. A very similar point actually about how much you're supporting each other. I've always been told that I'm sort of always smiling and supporting people when they're speaking, and I think you were doing that to each other, and it was really apparent, so well done. Like the last group as well, lots of really great research and statistics you're bringing through to make a very strong argument. I think you were very passionate, which really came across as well. Some definite evidence of experience in public speaking, and really sort of strong arguments you were making across a number of different points. Again, bringing in that critical thinking to the questions. So congratulations and well done. I think that's it from us. I think we're going to, in a moment, now find out who the winners are. So I'll hand it to
It's time for the awards. Okay, the long-awaited award ceremony. Before we announced the top 4, we announced the lucky draw winner. And a hidden rule for the lucky draw winner is that you have to be present here. So we took everyone who is still present here now, and we took a spinning wheel, and we decided the lucky draw winner, who is, drum roll, Max Leak. It's you. Is there a photo? There's no photo. That's him, that's Max. That's Max. Stand up. Yeah, oh, sorry. Oh, it's supposed to show here. Yeah, and you'll get a cash prize, which we will contact you individually for it. Okay. Cool. Well, let me just make sure it doesn't show the results. Okay, cool. Finalists. These are our finalists. Ooh, who's gonna win? So this year, we got creative because a team had to leave for traveling arrangements. So the engine medics are with us virtually. They're right there. That's them. So can you hear me? They can? Yes, they can hear you. They're there. For the other teams, Catalyst, where are you? The Synapse Collective, where are you? And the Supremes, where are you? just come to the side, just stand on the like steps, and we could get your live reaction. That side. Yeah, just stand on the stairs. Stand on the stairs, around the stairs. Great. So, for the fourth place, I'll have Arwen, co-founder of SustainaPod, do the announcing for me.
Great. Okay. Well, thank you again for everyone joining and taking the time. It's honestly, for you, I bet, would have been really stressful, especially during the last few hours. So very much thank you for pulling through. Hope you get a good rest tonight, or celebrate, do your own thing. Cool. Okay. So without further ado, fourth place is the Supremes.
Oh, this. That's mine. Yeah. That's mine.
Oh, okay.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you.
Nice.
Now can I invite Angelo to announce the third place winner for us?
This is the results. Here. Feel free to make it.
Sure. So, well done, guys. It was a very difficult decision, you should know. We'll probably announce the winner after the third, so you won't know for sure. But for the time being, in the third place are the Catalysts. Congratulations, guys. Well done, guys. Audrey. There you go. Me. Darius. Well done, Rafael. Congratulations, guys.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Thank you. Thank you.
Now the moment we're waiting for. How about I invite both Jenny and Sunday, and you guys will announce the winner first, probably, and the other team would be the second place.
Right?
This match.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
So Jenny, we had some problem.
We did have problems.
Deciding between these two groups.
There was one point between the top two scoring.
We nearly fought it out between the three of us.
We did. We
trying to box it all out. So I'll let you announce the winner, so that the second place will be automatic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Well, by 1 point, the winner was the Synapse Collective.
Antimatics, you're the second place.
I'll also bring the books.
That's great. Okay. So, thank you.
All right, move over there. Stand.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1.
Wait.
Come on, guys. Okay, 3, 2. Okay, thank you.
Well done.
Hold up your certificate. Well done.
Congratulations.
You want to do a selfie? I'll do it. Guys, we have to do a Sunday selfie. Hey, yay! Who's this?
Oh, I'm getting
Guys.
Have a leader.
Yeah. I'll do a Sunday selfie. Whoa.
We're still going to do the number 2.
Oh, yeah. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, and Jamaica, can you?
We can keep that in the video, right? Nice one, Zach.
Yeah, I was about to not prediction. I'm going to have to edit it out again.
Hey, so just to end off today, I would like to thank each and every one of you here. Thank you so much for coming. Without you coming, this would not have been possible. Please give a big round of applause to yourselves. Thanks for putting so much effort in your scripts. All of the judges have told me nice things about all of your speeches. And it was really tight between who was finalists, and even between the finalists, it was really tight between who won, who got first, second, third, right? So big props to everyone. And I'll leave you with this. We hope you leave today leaders of the future, pioneers of sustainability, and speaking up for tomorrow. Thank you all. And I'll see you guys next year.
So, how do you guys feel?
What did I say? Guys, I'm so proud of us. We've done such an incredible job. I'm so proud of us. We've done such an incredible job.
We all did great and we're all pumped and we're all so happy to be here.
Best day ever!
Once again, I was right. Like, usual.
No, this is the one.
We just wanted to say that this actually happened in our sports as well. So fix your microphone, please.
I think to I think just to conclude, we'd all love to thank everyone who's hosted it. Thank you so much for hosting. And thank you to the judges. Shout out. Honestly,
Well, she gave us our pens, we wouldn't be here.
Yeah, we wouldn't be here without her. So shout out to everyone. We are so grateful to be here. Thank you. Genuinely, I'd go. She's actually our go. We love her so much. Thank you so much for everything. The support she's provided in there as well. But